about all the common interactions you have in your life, talking with parents, friends, classmates, and coworkers, debating about that movie you just saw, and then reading a critic's review. Odds are pretty good you email coworkers, conduct a meeting, or negotiate with folks inside and outside of your job as well. You might not realize it, but these real-life activities can actually help you prepare for the GRE. The analytical writing portion of the test measures your ability to make an argument of your own and analyze someone else's argument, while using the correct grammar and mechanics of writing. In this lesson, we'll focus on how you can improve your essay writing skills by making the most of everyday reading, writing, and speaking. As with verbal reasoning, reading can greatly improve your analytical writing skills. You may be wondering why we suggest you read to improve your writing, rather than just practice essay writing. Well, before you can write a good essay, you need to recognize what one looks like. Reading a variety of different materials will help improve your writing skills. But when it comes to essay writing, the most effective reading resources are op-ed pieces because they take a strong viewpoint and support it. You can find op-eds, short for opposite the editorial articles, in your daily online news source like the New York Times or in magazines such as Time. These are basically opinion pieces in response to editorial opinion articles. For example, an author might write about fracking and its negative impact on the environment. She'll support her position in an effort to convince the reader why fracking is harmful. A successful argument will be strongly supported by facts. In the case of fracking, she might include data about toxicity in affected groundwater that she learned in an environmental science course. A failed argument will rely on flawed logic and supposition. Our fracking writer, for example, might choose to hone in on her moral objections without backing them up with evidence. While reading an op-ed, ask yourself, what argument is the author making, and why does she feel it's important? How does the author support her argument? Does she use statistics and facts? Does she rely on personal observations or inferences? Are her supporting points strong or weak? What further information could the author provide to strengthen her argument? And finally, does the author make assumptions that are not supported? That's a lot to keep in mind, but remember, you can find these questions in the lecture notes accompanying this lesson. You can even print them out and have them with you while you're reading, or pull them up on your mobile device so you have them whenever you find time to study. You need to identify both strong arguments and weak arguments, and then determine what can strengthen a weak argument. Let's look at examples of both a strong and a weak argument. The topic of debate will be gun control, and the author wants to convey that more gun control legislation will not solve the problem of gun violence. A strong argument would be, the addition of new gun control measures would not have much impact on gun violence. A person who intends to break the law by shooting another person isn't likely to be dissuaded by a law against possessing a gun. Furthermore, although our government and governments in other countries have enacted more gun control laws, gun violence has not diminished. This argument is strong because it clearly states the argument in the first sentence, and the argument is on point, not a general statement or unrelated topic. Next, in the second sentence, the author provides a supporting idea backed by logic. Finally, the author offers real-life evidence to strengthen his or her position. A strong argument is direct, to the point, and appeals to logic. Let's take a look at a weak argument on the same topic. The addition of new gun control measures would just be another way for the government to control us. Our right to bear arms is protected by the Second Amendment of the Constitution. There's no way writing another law limiting our right to own a gun is going to decrease gun violence. This argument is weak because it barely addresses the specific issue at hand, only mentioning in the last sentence that the author believes gun legislation will not decrease gun violence. There is no factual or logical support for why that would be the case. The argument appeals to fear, not logic. Further, most of the writing addresses a different issue, the right of the people to own a gun, not gun control. Reading argument-based pieces is a helpful exercise as it helps prepare you for writing your own. Just one thing, choose your reading material selectively. Stick to reputable online news sources and periodicals. You can easily go down a rabbit hole, especially online where everyone has an opinion, but the quality of writing varies greatly. Now let's shift gears from real-life reading opportunities to real-life writing opportunities. In addition to the analytical content of your essays, you'll need to demonstrate strong writing skills and a sophisticated level of vocabulary. Start doing this now in your everyday writing. You may feel you don't do much writing throughout the day, but between texting and emailing, you actually do write quite a lot. However, you probably also abbreviate heavily, using emoticons and terms like LOL and OMG. We all do it. Start writing out what you think and how you feel. You can go back to the abbreviations after you finish the GRE and get a great score. While both text and email are built for quick and efficient exchanges, email is really the place where you can focus on significantly improving your writing skills. When emailing a friend, many of us don't pay attention to grammar and punctuation. Rather than using this abbreviated style, try writing in complete paragraphs and complete sentences with capital letters. Take the time to use proper grammar and punctuation. This will help you practice the type of writing you'll need to do on the test. In addition to emailing and texting in complete sentences and paying more attention to grammar and punctuation, you can also get one of those word of the day apps to enhance your vocabulary. Be sure to work these new words into your writing and your conversation. Embrace being the smartest one at the party. For example, you might learn a bona fide GRE word like ingenious, which means clever, original, and inventive. Try using your new word several times throughout the night with different people. Compliment your host on her buffalo cauliflower. Tell her that her vegetarian take on buffalo wings is ingenious. I guarantee she'll never forget it, and neither will you. One last tip to help you improve your writing skills as you prep for the test. Practice envisioning that the person you are writing to is a professor or boss instead of a friend. These strategies may feel weird or uncomfortable at first, but as you practice them, they will become a much more natural part of your everyday life. And the more natural they become, the quicker you'll be able to access and apply them during the test.